Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Uh, Now tell me from where should I start today's class? Hmm?
Basic Linux commands, I think.
Start from the basic Linux command. Okay. So you all guys know how to create a virtual machine. Okay. So I'm starting with the Linux commands. So what is exactly the Linux operating system? Anyone know?
Open source operating system.
Sir, what was your question?
Question is, what is Linux operating system? What is the difference between the Windows operating system and the Linux operating system?
So, first of all, Linux operating system is a distribution of a Unix operating system, and it is open source. So, it is very quietly effective.
It is an open source operating system. Okay, that is fine. Open source operating system means it is free of cost. You do not need to buy any license from the any organization. First thing. Second thing, the source code is also available over the internet. That is also free of cost. So that's why the Linux is open source operating system. That's why different families, different distributions of Linux operating system is available in the market. Like RedHat Linux, Ubuntu, Fedora, CentOS, SUSE, Kali Linux, Parrot operating system. So there are so many distributions of Linux operating systems available because of the open source feature. Okay. Next, why organizations are using Linux operating system for creating their servers? You know that each and every organization actually using the Linux operating system for deploying any server. So what is the main difference between the Windows operating system and Linux operating system? First thing, it is a open source operating system, that is fine. Then, what do you think?
Terminal-based operating system. It doesn't work is the way Windows works, having icons and interactive desktops.
Windows operating system provide interactive desktop and Linux operating system.
Uh, Terminal-based operating system.
Terminal based operating system. Okay.
Sir, it's more secure comparative to Windows.
How it is more secure?
Because it uses, I guess, mm,
It uses it uses
mm, सर मेरे को अभी याद नहीं आता है.
okay. Actually, It is known as it is more secure operating system than the Windows. Okay. Why it is more secure? Because in Windows operating system, it uses exe extension for each and every executable file. If any application, any software, anything you have to install in the Windows operating system, it needs .exe extension. Okay, but in Linux operating system, the .exe extension, the Linux operating system is not support the .exe extensions because why? Because it do not support .exe extensions. If we want to install any particular application or the service or the tools in the Linux operating system, the extension of the operating system, the extension of the application is different. It is not supporting exe extensions. So that's why Linux operating does not understand the .exe extensions. And most of the users all around the world, they are actually using Windows operating system, because home users does not know how to handle the Linux operating system, because more user-friendly operating system is Windows. So more users are actually working on Windows operating system. So the programmers who are actually developing the viruses, that is also in the extension of .exe. Maximum viruses which is actually spread over the internet, that is of .exe extension. So whenever any particular application we are going to install from the internet, or any patches we are going to update on the operating system, any particular stuff, any particular website which we are unauthorized website, we are going to browse it. So at any time, the particular virus which is downloading in my machine, in my operating system, that is maximum of .exe extension, which is actually infecting the Windows operating system. But those viruses, if those viruses downloaded in the Linux operating system would not initialize that .exe extension, because it don't understand the .exe. It does not support .exe extension. So that's why those particular viruses would not be attacked or get infected to the Linux operating system. That's why it is called as more secure operating system than Windows. But it is not like that Linux operating system, we cannot able to compromise it. We can able to send the viruses in that particular extension, the extension which is supported by the Linux operating system. That way. So it is secure, but not 100%. Okay. Anything else? It is an open source operating system, and it is more secure than Windows operating system. Anything else? It is a high performance operating system. High performance operating system means the performance of the operating system is very high. Why? Because it is a lightweight operating system. Lightweight. Why it is a lightweight operating system? Because it does not have the GUI mode. It's not providing the GUI mode. Okay. So if it is not providing the GUI mode, only terminal is providing, so that the utilization of the hardware resources would be less. So that's why it is also known as, it is all the feature is there, high performance. Okay. Then there is a feature multi-user multitasking. In Windows operating system, it is single user multitasking. At a single time, we only able to work with a single user in a single window. But in Linux operating system, we can able to run the task with multiple users in a single time, and each and every user is actually able to done the multiple tasking over there. Okay. So these are the major differences between the Linux operating system and the Windows operating system. One more thing, in Linux operating, we only manage the Linux operating system with the command prompt. So it actually providing CLI, command line interface. Fine. Now, uh, I already created a virtual machine, Kali Linux virtual machine over here. If I check it in the settings in system, I provided 2 GB of RAM, which actually shared with my physical memory, physical hardware resource. That particular RAM provide this particular memory to the virtual machine. I also provide one virtual CPU to my machine and also provide the permanent storage also. So I'm starting my machine. Okay, one more thing. Whenever you are creating a Linux operating, when we are creating any particular virtual machine over here in VirtualBox, in network section, you have to select the bridge adapter. Why select the bridge adapter? Because we want to communicate, provide the communication between each and every machine. And as well as I also want that each and every machine also able to communicate over the internet. Okay, so if you select the bridge adapter, then these virtual machine will also able to communicate over the internet. That's why you have to select the bridge adapter. Fine. And nothing else. So I am starting my machine. It is starting. In Linux operating system, we have to understood 3 terms properly. First is root user. Second is okay. First is root user. Second is root profile, and third is root partition. So you heard about these terms: root user, root profile, root partition. Hmm? Anyone have any idea? Anyone have any idea? No? So whenever you boot up your Kali Linux operating system, it will ask the password. The default username and password is Kali. Username is Kali, password is Kali. Okay. Right click on the desktop, open the terminal. Hmm. So you know about these terms. What is root user? What is root profile? What is root partition? No?
Sir, root user is a super user who has all the privileges in all directories.
Okay, fine. Root user is a super user. Then root profile.
I don't know, sir, about root profile.
And root partition.
The partition which is made for the root user account, I think, I guess.
No, no. See, when I logged in into my session in the terminal, this is the terminal, or you can also say this is a shell. And what is shell? Shell is actually an interpreter. Okay. So through this terminal, we can able to run the commands over here and tell the operating system do the particular task, whatever I actually demanded. And then then this operating system would execute it. And if I want to see any particular file, the content of the file, getting inside to the directory, each and everything we will done through this terminal. Okay. So in terminal, when I log in into this terminal, it is actually showing Kali. Okay. This is the whole prompt from till here. This is the prompt. Okay. When I run the command sudo space -i, it asks for a password and switches to the another prompt where in the place of Kali it is showing root. Then here it is also showing the Kali, and one more difference is here is dollar and here is hash symbol. Okay. So what is exactly it is showing in the prompt? We have to understand that one. So first of all, whatever it is actually showing, it is showing the name of the user. So when I logged in into this particular operating system with the Kali user, so that's why when I open the terminal, it is showing the username Kali. And when I switches to the super user name is root user. Super user means this is a local user, Kali is a local, and root is a super user. Okay. Local user means local user have limited privileges to do the task in the operating system, and root user means a super user like administrator in your Windows operating system, which has full privileges to do each and everything in the operating system. Okay. So first particular thing, it is showing the username, and after that it is showing the host name. Host name means the computer name. So computer name of the machine is actually the same. So this particular Linux operating system, the computer name is Kali. Okay. So when you want, if you want to check the host name, then it is showing here host name is Kali. So that's why it is showing Kali in both the prompt. So first is showing the username, then it is showing the host name. Then after that, here it is actually showing the path or the location where exactly we are working on. So here it is showing /desktop. Okay. And here it is showing a symbol. This symbol is known as tilde. Okay. I will tell you what is exactly a tilde means. Before that, I am going to explain you. In the end of the prompt, it is showing dollar symbol over here and hash symbol over here. Dollar symbol means if you see the dollar symbol, you can get it that the particular terminal in which the user is actually working on, that is a local user terminal. It only has a local user privileges. But if the terminal ends with the hash symbol, that means the particular user has a super user privileges. It has full privilege to do each and everything in the operating system. Okay, so in the organization, no one is actually providing the root user to any particular employee or administrator or the cyber expert. No one is actually logging with the root user, because root is actually not not providing any identification to a person. So that's why root user is not providing. So we in the organization, what they are doing, they are actually creating the user and providing the root user privileges to that particular user so that he will able to do each and everything in the operating system with the particular identification. So that if anything would be happen with that particular user is doing anything suspicious or any particular stuff he had done and it would get wrong. So the particular network administrator or the cyber expert would able to check in the logs who actually done the task at that particular time, who is actually responsible for that particular stuff which is not would be done in the organization. Okay, so you know now you got it what this exactly prompt showing to us. Now it is here, it is showing tilde. This symbol is known as tilde. Wherever the tilde is showing, tilde means you are working in your user's profile. You are working with your user profile. So someone tried to saying anything? Okay. So tilde means the particular user is working in the user's profile. So if I am running the command pwd, present working directory. So right now I am working in the root directory, which is exactly stored inside the /. So where I am actually working on in the root directory, and root is the profile of the root user. In each and every operating system, the user's profile is there. If I want to check the user profile in Windows operating system, go to C drive, open users folder and see here is there is a directory named baby is there, which contain the user's profile of my Windows operating system. Similarly, for the root user profile, root user, there is a root user profile is there. If I am anything I am doing over here, it actually stored inside the, it is exactly stored inside the in the root user directory. Similarly, if I similarly in the local user, if it is showing tilde, I am running the command pwd, where it what it is showing, I am working in the Kali user profile. So whenever tilde is showing, that means the particular user is working in its user's profile. And what user profile actually, user's profile, each and every user, whenever you creating a user and you logged in into that particular user, it automatically create the profile. This directory, I'm not created that directory over there. If you guys check on your machine in Windows operating system, go to the users and check the particular directory is there with your the username, whatever the username you are actually using, with the same name there is a directory is created, and you guys are not create that directory is automatically created. So similarly, Linux operating system also a particular user profile is creating automatically. So tilde means you are working in the user's profile, whether it is a root user profile, whether it is a Kali user profile. Okay, so that means the root profile. Root profile means it is the profile of root user. So this is the profile. Where it is? This is the profile. Root directory, same name. Okay, the name of the user and the profile of that particular user's name is same. So this is known as user's profile. So root user profile is there. For the root user, there is a root user profile. Now last one is root partition. What is exactly the root partition is? Here see, it is showing a /. So the // is a root partition. It is similar like a C drive in your Windows operating system. C drive contains all the operating system files. In operating system files, it contains the system files, the configuration files, the user's profile, the booting files, bootloaders, kernel information. So each and everything is actually stored inside the C drive. Similarly, in the Linux operating system, there is a partition called root partition, which is represented by /. It contains all the operating system files. Got it? So root user is a user, root profile is a user's profile, and root partition is exactly a partition. So see, I'm running a command cd//. Okay. So cd command is always used to change the directory. Means if I want to get inside to any directory, then we are running the command cd. But here in Linux operating system, I am running this command to get inside to the partition. So there is one more major difference between the Windows operating system and Linux operating system. In Linux operating system, it actually recognizes each and everything as a directory or a file. A partition is a directory. A hardware resources is like a file. A partitions is like a file. So it is actually recognized each and everything as a file or a directory. So that's why partition is recognized as a directory. So that's why I'm running the command cd space / change directory //. So in the place of tilde, now it is showing I am working inside the root partition. Okay, working inside the root partition. So I told you two commands. First command is, okay, three commands. First command is hostname, then second is pwd, then third one is change directory. And now I am showing you one more command, that is ls command. Listing the content which is stored inside the particular directory in which you are actually getting it. So right now I am inside the root partition. I want to check what are the data is stored inside the root partition. So just run the command ls and press enter. ls means listing the content inside the directories. So here it is actually showing each and every content of the operating system. Okay. So what is exactly showing? Dev actually store each and every information of the device. etc store each and every information of the configuration file. Okay. Bin is actually storing the commands. Home directory storing the local user profiles. And then sbin is there, usr is there. These all directories actually storing the commands. Okay, where is actually storing all the logs. Root, they see there is a root directory is there. So root directory is the actually profile of a root user. So root profile is created under the root partition directly, but local user profiles are actually stored under the home directory. See, cd home ls. It is showing Kali, and I already created more users, so that's why each and every user is also showing over here. So each and every user, whatever the user you are creating in the Linux operating system, those all users are more inside the home directory. Got it? Any confusion, just ask me about root user, root profile, and root partition. You have any confusion? Everything is fine. Okay. So now you are able to understand what this particular prompt shows, what tilde means, and what is root user, what is root profile, and what is root partition. Okay. If you want to clear the screen, just run the command clear. So it will clear the screen. Now, first of all, we are going to learn how to create a directory. Before that, if you want to get exit from a single directory, just run the command cd space .dot. So you will exit from a single directory. So right now I exit from the home directory and I am exactly right now inside the root partition. Inside the root partition, there are so many directories are there. Okay. So first command now we are going to learn, that is creating a directory. For creating the directory, the command is mkdir, then the folder name. So whatever the folder name you want to set, you can able to set it. So suppose that I am going to set the name Eric. Okay. So this directory I created. So here if I am run the command ls, if I want to check the content of the directories which is stored inside this particular partition, I will run the command ls space l. Okay. So ls space l will show the information of the directory in the described form. What is the permission of the file? How many files or directories are being inside in the particular directory, size of the directory, and the date and time when the directory has been created, also with the file also. And how we can able to understand which one is the directory and which one is the file. When the starting, it is showing the D, that means it is a directory. Where it is actually showing the L, those are the special files. And where it is showing blank, those are the files. Okay. So D means directories and blank means file. These special files, we are not going to use it. It is actually automatically using by the Linux operating system whenever we are going to do any task. Fine. So I created a directory called Eric. You want to ask anything? No? So I created a directory Eric. If you want to get inside to that directory, command is cd, then the directory name. Okay, I get inside to the Eric directory. Then if you want to create more directory, you can able to create it with the same command mkdir, then the directory name, that get inside to that directory, then exit from the directory, cd space dot dot, everything is similar. Okay. Now, if you want to create a file, so we can able to use 3 commands to create the files. First command is cat command. Okay. Cat space greater than symbol, then the name of the file. Mike. So when I run the command cat space greater than symbol space the name of the file, now it is providing us a prompt. In this prompt, this is the first file. Okay. So suppose that this is my whole content is. Now I have to save this content inside this file. So you have to press the button Control C. So if you press the button Control C, it will save this content inside this file. So if I check it inside the Eric directory, the mic file is created. ls space -l. So it is showing that it is a file. Okay. If you want to read this file, same command, cat command, and just type the file name. So for creating the file creating the file, you have to place a greater than symbol. But if you want to read the content inside the file, you just type the command cat space file name. It will show the content of the file. Okay, there are big files are there. Suppose that cat /etc/browsewd5. So this is a big file. It will show all the content inside the file. Okay, clear? Now, with the help of cat command, I am able to create a file. If I want to append the file, append means the line where the file ends. I want to start from the end of the line. That is called as append. So if I want to append the file, cat space double greater than symbol and my the name of the file which already exists. We only able to append the file if the file is already exist. Okay. Now it is showing the prompt and asking me to insert the content whatever you want. So I'm inserting. I am appending this file. Control C. File is here. Cat space mic. Now it is showing this line would be appended. Okay. In the second line. Append, whenever we are going to append, it will automatically insert the line in the second line. Then after that, third line means where the files, where the content is ends up, the second line will be there. It is not start from the end of the line. So it is known as appending. Most of the cases in organization, they have to create empty files. Empty files means in those particular file, the content is not stored at the time of creation of the file. The file is empty. So for that, the command is touch. And suppose that a space s plus d plus f, if I define, suppose that I am defining and so now, so all these files created at the same time. All these files created on the same time, but all these files are empty. ls space -l. All these files are empty files. Okay. So if you want to create the empty files, the command is touch command. Now, if you want to pass the content into a particular file, pass a content or pass the message to a particular file, for that the command is echo command. Suppose that this is my whole command is echo space in double quotes, whatever the content you have to store inside the file, write it, then space greater than symbol, then the file name. So just right now I defined a new file name over here. The name of the file is file1. Press enter. ls -l. Okay. If you want to see the content of the file, the command is same, cat command. It is showing this is a message.
So the echo command is overwriting the content of that file, right?
That we can know. I created a new file with the help of echo command. The file one is not there before. Okay, see, before echo command, there is no file when I created.
Okay.
So we
So
can also,
if we want to like use echo command to append in any file, so can we do that?
yeah, if we want to append uh, in
Like
mic,
Mike,
I already done. No? So double
yeah.
greater than, press enter.
Okay. So we use
Cat,
double greater than.
cat, mic. Now this appended. And if we want to overwrite the file, that would also able with the help of echo command. If you want to overwrite it, this is a new message. And I am overwriting this in mic file. Cat mic. Now these two lines is not there.
Okay, sir.
All the content would be overwritten. So sometime what we have to do, there should be a file in the Linux operating system, and we have to actually provide some uh, new content over there, and that particular file is a very big file. It contains hundreds of lines in that file. So what we have to do, we have to run the echo command and pass a message inside the existing file. So whole the content which is actually stored inside that file would be removed and store the new content. Then after that, it is easy to edit the file. Otherwise, we have to edit. First, we have to delete each and every line which is exactly stored inside that file. So that is difficult one. So that's why we are actually pass the messages to the existing file also, and we can also able to create the new file with the echo command, and we can also able to append the existing file with the echo command.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So we created the directory, we created the file. So now if we want to delete the file, so for deleting the file, rm command is used to delete the file. So now delete it. Like this, able to delete the file. If you want to delete the directory, suppose that I am creating one directory. If you want to delete the directory, command is rmdir and the directory name. Deleted. But with the help of rmdir, we only able to delete the empty directories. If suppose that if I want to delete the rmdir and I want to delete Eric directory, it will not delete the directory because the directory is not empty. Because it is very dangerous. There is no any recycle bin in Linux operating system. If you deleted any particular file or directory, it is deleting permanently. Okay, so that's why it is providing a security that you are not able to delete the directory if it is contain any files over there or directory over there. But if there is a chance that you have to delete a directory and the files, so there are hundreds of files and directories are there inside a particular directory, and you have to delete the full content from there. So there is a command rm space -r and the directory name. Now it deleted. Now Eric is not there. So we can able to delete the whole directory, but it is a very dangerous command. Before running this command, confirm 100 times if you already want to delete the directory or not, because we cannot able to retrieve the data back if there is no backup would be taken. If backup would be taken, then okay. Okay. So for empty directory, command is rmdir, and for non-empty directories, rm space hyphen r, or you can also able to run hyphen rf. Now again, I'm creating a directory. Oh, sorry. mkdir and I'm going to create some file. So this is file. So that if you want to pass the message. Okay. Now, if you want to copy this file to a different location. So where I want to suppose that there are attack directories there. The mic directory also there. So if I want to copy this file, the name of the file is A. If I want to copy this file to the attack directory, so just first check it, the same name of the file is stored in attack directory or not. So ls/attack. Okay. So attack directory is empty. Nothing is there. So it is an empty directory. So if I want to copy this particular file to a attack directory, so just run the command cp, then the file name, that is A, and where to the attack, and where is attack exactly stored? Attack is actually stored inside the root partition. Always remember it. If you directly run the attack, would not recognize it. Okay. Where it is exactly stored? It is exactly stored inside the root partition. So I run the ls command and check what are the data is stored inside the root partition. It shows inside the root partition attack directory is there. So when I copying the file, I just denoting it that the attack directory is inside the root partition. Just press enter and check it, ls/attack. So it is now showing me. If you want to check the content, attack, file name is A, it is showing that the message is, this is the new message. This is a new message. Okay. So this is how you can able to copy it. So in copying the file, you have to majorly look at to the destination where you are actually going to copy him. Okay. And the path should be correct. Otherwise, it will not copy the file in the proper. If the location is not defined properly, it will not copy it. Okay. Now, if you want to move a file, ls/, I run the command ls/, it shows the particular content inside the root partition. And suppose that I store the content inside the mic. So just check it whether inside the mic, what are the content is there. So A is already there. So I'm not going to move this particular file over here. We are inside the array. Test, check it. Let's check it inside the test directory. Okay, so we are going to move this file inside the test directory. Okay, the same file. File is here, and file is also inside the attack directory. So I am just going inside to the attack directory where only a file is there. And this file I have to move to the test directory. So for moving the file, the command is mb. mb space the particular file name and the destination location, that is /test. Okay. Always check it, the particular location where you want to move it or copy it, that is correct or not. Press enter. Now, if I check, the A file is not here. Now ls/test. So a file is here. If you want to check the content, cat/test a. So it is showing the message. Okay. Now, if you want to rename a file, in attack directory, nothing is here. In Eric directory, if you want to rename the file A, so rename is also been done by the mv command. mv space A, and we are not going to define any particular location. We are just defining here a new name. New name. Suppose I providing the name of the file is new name. Okay. So here I didn't provide any location of the destination. So whenever you do not provide any different location, then it will rename it. A is renamed. Now A is not showing, it is showing the new name. Now, if you want to check, cat new name. So now it is showing. So content is saved, but the file name is, I rename the file name. Any query? I'm audible to each all of you.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Now, so when I run the command ls space -l, it is showing the content in the described way. So here it is showing the permission of the file and the directory. Okay, the permissions of the file and the directory. Suppose that if I want to check ls space -l /, so it is showing the permission of the directories and the file. Then after that it is showing, see here it is showing 199. That means 199 directories and files are exactly stored inside this directory. In 17, this directory contains 17 directories of file. If I want to check it, cd / dev 17 dev ls. So there are 17 directories are there, ls with -l. So there are 17 directory, total number of where it is showing. So it is showing there that there is 17 directories are already there. Okay. Then it is showing root. First root is actually showing the ownership of the file. So whoever is creating the file, that particular user is the owner. Right now, all this file I created with the root user. So that's why in each and every directory and the file, it is showing root. Okay. Now suppose that if I am getting inside to the Kali directory, here some directories are being created with Kali user. So whenever I log into the Kali user and created any particular directory, so at that time it will show the user Kali. Got it? It actually showing the ownership and it is showing the groupship. Groupship means in Linux operating system, whenever creating a file, the same name of the group is automatically created. Same name of the group is automatically created. The size of the file and when the particular file is actually created, the date and the time. Fine. Now, if you want to create a new user in Linux operating system, the command is add user, then the name of the user. Suppose that I provided the username Anna. Now it is asking for the password. Set the password. So I set the password. Whenever you type the password, I already typed the password asd@123, but it is not showing here. So if you are typing the password in the terminal will not show you the password. Then press enter, retype the password. I again retype the password. Then it is asking the full name. I now providing room number, work phone, home number, other. Now, is the informations are correct? Yes, these informations are correct. Now the NI user is created. Okay. How we can able to check it? We have one method /home ls/home press enter. See, ANA directory is created. So ANA directory created. When the ANA directory created, when I created the user. So it automatically create the profile inside the home directory because I created the ANA user. One more thing. /etc group is a file name, okay, which is actually stored inside the etc directory, and etc directory is actually stored inside the root partition. So inside the root partition there is a directory etc. Inside the etc there is a file group. Okay, I run the command cat. So I want to check the content which is exactly stored inside the group file. Press enter. See, ANA directory is also created. I didn't create any group, but it automatically create the ANA directory. Why? Because I already told you whenever you create a user, same name of the group is created. So that means the user is created and it is also showing the group is created. One more thing, one more way you can able to identify it, cat /etc and passwd. Passwd is the file in which all the information about the user and the password is actually stored inside this file. Press enter. First of all, I want to show you, see, ANA is showing you, that means ANA user is created. Okay. And this is the UID, this is the GID, and the path where the particular ANA profile is created, and it is showing, it is providing the shell. This is the name of this shell. The name of the shell is /bin/bash. Different shells are being provided by the Linux operating system. Bash shell is there, sh shell is there, ZSS shell is there. So there are different shells are being provided. Okay, each and every shell has some restrictions. So some of the activities we cannot able to do in the particular shell. So in bash shell we can able to do each and everything. Okay, here so many other users are also showing to me. So these users I have already created and deleted from here. So that's why it is showing in, it is showing the root user in the top whose UID is 0 and GID is 0. So this UID and GID, whose UID and GID is 0, that is our root user, which is actually default created at the time of installation of the Linux operating system. Okay. After that, there are so many users are showing to you. We cannot able to log in with these users. Okay, these users actually provided to us to do the backend jobs. When we are running some services, when we are doing some task in the services, when those particular services going to do some another task and calling some another services, another particular configuration file, at that time these users are working on the backend. Okay, so we are not able to log in till where? Till here. The particular user, whatever the user you are now creating, the first user, whatever the user you are creating, the particular UID is provided 1001. From 1001, it will provide the username. Before those before Rohan user, I created some more user, but I deleted the user and also deleted the user profile. So that's why it is not showing to me right now. Okay. Any doubt?
Yes,
Hmm?
so how can we see the passwords? As you mentioned you
What?
mentioned the you mentioned the command. This password folder will show each user and their password. So how can we see the password here?
Password. You want to see the password?
Yes, sir.
Password is in the encrypted form. It will not show you the password. Wherever the X is actually showing you, X means the password is set over there. But password in the encrypted form, it is not showing in the plain text form. So there are some other methods are there through which we can able to check it. Suppose that attacker would be here. He copied this passwd file with him, and from another machine or from the another location, wherever he want, he able to crack the password. There are some methods over there through which he can able to do it. Okay, but in the normal way we cannot able to see the password, whatever the password is set over the user. Okay.
So someone is asking about bash shell and ZSS shell.
I already told you, it is actually providing some limitations in the shell. That's all. Some commands would not be run in the particular shell. Okay. And time to time, they are actually enhancing the operations in the shell. So when they are enhancing the shell, how they are enhancing the shell? They are actually upgrading the commands, upgrading the source code. So they are creating different shells over there. So that's why, and each and every shell, when they enhance the shell, it has some new features also.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, where's the field of group in this?
Field of group means?
So like if we create a user, then the group is also created by us.
So I do the particular file.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, I'm showing you.
Like which user is the part of which group?
With the same user. If you want to add a user in a different group, that would also happen. But if you are creating a user, a particular user, suppose that NA user I created. So that particular NA user is a part of NA group. But right now, see, in the NA, in the, wait a minute, cat/etc/group. So right now, none of any group is a part of any user. From here, I am able to check it. And from here also, I am able to change it also. Now, I'm going to tell you about the editing of the file. Okay. Editing of the file. So cd/ cat new file name. Okay. So here what we had done, we actually created the file, we append the file, but we are not able to edit the file. Edit the file means some content we have to delete it. Then we have to insert some new content in between the line or from the end of the line. So for that, Linux actually provided editors tool. So first tool is VI editor. So VI space the name of the file. Now it opens the VI editor. Right now we are inside the VI editor. Okay. Now if you want to edit this file, how we can able to edit this file? Press I. When you press I, see here, nothing is here. When I press I, it move insert. So you have to first set to the insert mode, then only you can able to type it. Now, if you want to delete anything, this is a old message which you have typed. Write a new message to me. Like suppose that this I typed it. Okay. Now I have to save the file. So for saving the file, first you have to quit from the insert mode. So for quitting from the insert mode, just press the escape button, then colon, then W. Okay. Then press enter. So the file is saved. But right now I am inside the editor. So suppose that if you are working in a big file, there are hundreds of lines are there. So whenever you are working on that file, we have to save those particular content time to time. So if you only want to save the content inside the file, just run the command :W. Then press enter, it will save the content. If you want to quit from the file, quit means exit from the file. Exit from the editor, :Q. So if you are typing the Q, press enter, it will quit from the editor. Now again, if we want to get inside to the new name file with the editor, I again enter in the VI editor. Now if you again want to insert something, I, then I type this one. Okay. Now see, I am pressing escape button. If suppose that my task is completed, now I want to exit from the editor and also to save that save the content and exit from the editor at the same time. So we have to run the command :wq. So at the same time, we are saving the file, the content which is stored inside the file, and also quit from the editor. Press enter. So we exit from the file, also save the new content. Just check it again. So this content is showing. Okay. Suppose that if you are deleted, if you delete something and suppose that you typed something new, suppose that this one, okay, and mistake I deleted some lines from here. By mistake I deleted some lines, and there are hundreds of lines are there. I don't know what exactly deleted from with me. So what we have to do, our task is to quit. Suppose that this one I actually typed this particular content, and I want to quit from this particular file. I didn't save it. Okay. I do not want to save the content, whatever I stored or content typed here. I do not want to save because by mistake I deleted some line, and I want to quit from the editor. So :q, if I press :q and press enter, it is showing no write since last change. So it is asking me that whenever you save it, then only you can able to quit from the editor. But I do not want that thing. I want to quit from the editor anyhow. So :q exclamatory symbol. Exclamatory symbol defines it that you have to forcefully quit from the editor. I'm not going to save the content, and without saving I want to quit from the editor. So forcefully quitting the editor, then again open it. Now see the last changes which I have done, it not saved because I quit the particular editor forcefully. So for only saving the content in the editor, :w. If you want to quit from the editor with the saving, :wq. If you want to quit from the editor forcefully without saving, :q exclamatory symbol. Got it? Oh, sorry. So I told you what I have to. Okay. New name. So I showed you a VI editor. You already know that Linux is Linux is an open source operating system. So while it is an open source operating system, many organizations and the programmers would able to update the source code, create new tools over here. So there are multiple editor tools are there in the Linux operating system. One I already told you, VI editor. There are so many editors are also there, like Vim editor, GP editor. One more editor I want to tell you, that is Nano editor. Because Nano is an editor. Sometimes we have to edit the particular file with the help of Nano editor. There is a possibility when I will show you some labs over there, I will tell you why when we have to use the Nano editor and when we are going to use the VI editor. So Nano editor, Nano space the file name, and it is showing the content. Here we do not want to press any I for the insert or escape for exit from the insert. We directly doing the task over here. Okay. If you want to delete anything, suppose that old message I want to delete, I'll delete it from in between the file. If suppose that you want to get to here, delete something, you can able to delete it. If you want to insert something new, okay. Now, if you want to save this content, so for saving the content in Nano Editor, simply press Control O, Control O, and simple press enter. That's it. It saved the content. After saving the content, if you want to exit from the file, Control X. That's it. Again, suppose that by mistake you delete some line and you want to exit from the Nano Editor without saving it, just directly press Control X. Now it is showing you want to save the content, whatever it is there, or you do not want to save and quit from the editor. I press N, and when I press N, it automatically quit from the editor without saving it. Without saving it. And if you press yes, it will quit the editor with saving the content, whatever you have actually changed it. I changed Control X, Y. Enter C. Now the changement has been showing you. So this is Nano Editor. So whenever we have to work on the large contents inside the file, we are actually using the editor, but always careful about the editor. In organization, what they are actually doing, in organization, they are actually first backing up the files in which they are actually doing the job. The crucial files means the configuration files. So they are backing up the files, then they are doing the task over there. If something gone wrong over there, they just restore the file from the restoration point. Okay, so each and every time whenever they are doing the task in the complex files, they always backing up the file. So just remember it. Okay, so I'm exiting from the Nano Editor, and where I am at, I'm actually showing you the users. So for users, cd/etc, here cat command. Now I'm using VI editor or Nano editor. I'm using VI editor, VI space. First you ask group. So right now, none of any group have any particular user added over here. See, this user we cannot able to use it. None of any group would be any part of the any user. So if you want to add a user in a group, if you want to add a user in a particular group, there are 2-3 methods are there through which you can able to add. That is I'm putting from here few exclamatory symbol, user mode space -G, then the name of the group. Suppose that name of the group is Anna, and the user name is suppose that Kali. Okay. Now again I am checking the group file. So Anna is become the group, Kali become the member of the Anna group. Not typing the command. If you directly want to do the stuff, you can able to do, press I. Here Anna is here. Press comma and define the different username. What are the users we have? ls/home. Ram is there, Rohan is there. Ram is there, Rohan is there. Vic is there. Okay. And if you want to directly define, just press comma. Like this also you can able to make the user a member of a group. Got it?
So user mode command is basically used for modification of user group, right?
Yeah, modification. So I modified the user now. By
Mhm.
default, that particular user, right, at that time, it actually, it is not any part of any group. So I modified it that make this user as a part of this group.
Okay. Sir.
Yeah. If you want to delete a user, the command is user del, and suppose that Rohan. So what I have done, I simply run the command user del space Rohan. Okay. Press enter. It deleted the Rohan user. But if you are going to check it, ls/home, so the Rohan user is showing over here. But if you try to switch to this particular user, for switching the user, the command is su. Press enter. User Rohan does not exist. And if I am going to switch the NI user, it directly switches to the NI user. Okay. So when I simply run the command user del with Rohan, it will not delete the user's profile. Okay. If you want to delete the user profile also, so if you want to delete a user with the user profile, so the command is user del -r NR. Deleted ls/home. Now NR directory is not shown. And if I check the group file, vi group. So see, NI is not here and Rohan is also not here. And if I want to check the user file, :q exclamatory symbol, vi passwd file. So here also NI is not here and Rohan is also not here. Okay. After user creation and deletion, we learned it. Now we are going to learn about permissions. Okay. So for permissions, cd/array. ls space hyphen l. Okay. And ls ls space hyphen l forward slash. Here see, these are the permissions. Okay. So these permissions are default permissions, which is provided at the time of installation of the operating system. And whenever I creating a user, it also provide a default permissions to the user. So if we talk about the permissions, see this is exactly in a 3 groups: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. Permissions: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. First part is for the owner. First permission is actually for the ownership. Whoever the owner of the file, he actually have all permission to the particular file. If I am creating a file with a user, suppose that Kali, so Kali has a authority or authorized to do each and everything with that particular file or directory. Okay. Then after that, this particular part is for the group, and this for the others. And who are others? Except Kali user. Each one of them is others. Except root user. Root user has a power to do each and everything over there. So we cannot able to restrict the root user. Okay. If you want to restrict the root user, that is a different thing, but we are not going to restrict the root user for anything. So first particular part is showing the permission for the owner, and second part is showing the permission for the group, and the third part is showing for the permission of the user. User means other users, except root user, except owner. Okay. Read, write, execute. Read means read permission, write means write permission. Anyone can able to tell me what is execute permission is.
To execute a file.
Execute is not done with the file.
Okay.
Execute is actually done with the directory. See here carefully. Wherever the directory is there, the execute permission is there. But if there is a file, it do not need any execute permission. The owner also do not need a execute permission, because file does not execute it. Execute means entering into the directory. So if you want to restrict some particular user to enter into the directory, just remove the execute permission with the directory. The user will not able to enter into the directory also. Okay. So execute permission is only with the directories to entering into the directory, that particular permission. So right now here if I am see, the owner has the full permission, read, write, execute. The group has read permission and execute permission, and the others also have the read permission and execute permission. That means if any other local user want to get inside to this directory, they can able to get inside to that. If they want to read the particular content over there, they can able to read it also, but they cannot able to write it. They cannot able to delete this particular directory. They cannot able to delete the file inside this particular directory. That permission is not there. Okay, for the directory. Now I am showing you one more thing. ls space -l. These all are files. Okay, I am creating a directory called, and I suppose that, and ls space -l. Now see, Whenever we creating a directory or creating a file, what exactly the default permission it is providing? Default permission. So for the owner, for the directory, for the owner, it provides full permission. Read, write, execute. For the others, for the group, it also it provides read and execute. And for the others user also, it provides read, execute. That means if suppose that I'm add user, I'm creating one more user over here, Pablo, ASD@123, ASD@123. Yes. Okay. SU Pablo. Fine. Inside the Eric directory, ls space -l, I am able to get inside to the Anna directory. Let's see. Anna. Okay. Inside the Anna directory, if I want to create any particular file or a directory, mkdir A, I am not able to create it because write permission is not there. I am not able to create a directory, create a file. Nothing I am able to do inside this particular directory. Okay. Suppose that some files are already created. For default permission for the owner is read write, because there is a file, execute permission, no need of execute permission. For group, it only provides a read permission. For the other user, it also provides a only read permission. That means if I want to read this file, cat new file, new name. Okay, I am inside the Anna. Get exit from the Anna and cat new name. I am able to read the content which is stored inside the Anna new file. Okay, but if you want to delete this file, remove the file, yes, remove permission denied. Okay, got it? So whenever you create a directory or a file, it provides some default permissions over here. And these permissions, except the owner, it applies to each and every user. But if suppose that any local user creating any particular file, inside the Eric also, I'm not able to create it. Suppose that I'm creating the directory inside the root partition. I'm creating a directory called Rebecca. Okay, so it is showing I'm not able to create Rebecca directory inside the root partition. Okay, cd/home and /Pablo. I'm getting inside to my own user profile. This is my user profile. So that's why it is showing tilde. Here I have the permission to do anything. Okay, so I'm going to create a directory, Rebecca. I created it, ls space -l. It is showing owner has full permission. Owner has full permission. Group has only read and execute permission. Other have read and execute permission. Here, who is owner? Pablo is the owner. Okay. Now let's check. If I am suppose that switching to the Kali user, and inside the Pablo directory, ls, there is a see, I am not able to check Pablo directory because it does not have the permission. See, but suppose that if I want to suppose that Suppose that cd/home/Pablo. Okay. Rebecca directory is there, ls space -l. The owner has full permission. Others have read and execute permission. Write permission is not there. But for the Pablo directory, suppose that I am checking for the Pablo directory's permission, ls space -l. For the Pablo directory, see, except owner, none of anyone have the permission to do anything in the Pablo directory. Okay. And with the root user, right now I am with the root user and I am getting inside to the Pablo directory. And if I am checking, I am able to check it. If suppose that I am getting inside to the Rebecca directory, okay, cd Rebecca directory. So I'm getting inside to the Rebecca directory also. If I want to create any file or directory, mkdir, I'm able to create the directory also. That means root user has each and every power. If I want to delete the rm space -r Rebecca, I delete it also. That means root user, any particular local user does not have the capability to stop the root user to do anything. Except root user, the particular permission which is actually showing to us, each and every user, for each and every user it is applying. Got it? Any doubt regarding this, whatever I told you?
No, sir.
Everything is fine. So tomorrow we will know how to set the permission. These are the default permissions. Suppose that if I want to change the permission of the file and the directory, how will we able to do that one? Okay. So that we will continue from tomorrow onwards. So I am ending up my today's session. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, sir.